I mean, to scale a mountain of success, you need a guide. I wanted W. Clement Stone because he had worked with Napoleon Hill, who had written Think and Grow Rich. I mean, all top athletes, sportsmen and women, excuse me, even singers, everybody has a coach. Even Bill Gates has a mentor. You know who it is? Warren Buffett. The richest man in the world has the second richest man in the world as his mentor. A mentor is nothing more than a high-performance coach. And I've had three. I've already talked about Mr. Gratsos. I had Mr. Gerald Orman, who's still alive. He's 80 years old, founder of Orman Industries. And I had a gentleman named Jim Newman, the founder of PACE organization, which stands for Personal and Company Effectiveness. And his stable of mentees goes from Henry Kissinger to the Joint Chiefs of Staff to the founders of McDonnell Douglas Aircraft. And I could go on and on and on. And I was privileged to work with him for 20 years. You've all seen a similar saying, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Well, in olden times, they were the masters. They were the master mentors, the people that coached you from the time that you were a very young person through middle age until they normally passed away. There are no easy ways to become a high-performance individual, ladies and gentlemen. And there are no shortcuts to success, and there's certainly no formulas for success. But the closest to all that I aforementioned is through a mentorship and finding somebody that is where you would like to be later on in life, or actually right now in life. Now, these are the characteristics that I found in mentors that have to exist. One, significantly more wealthy than you. For this audience, that's not too damn hard now, is it? I mean, we could find somebody on the next Lorry. Two, significantly more experienced than you. A senior person usually that you really like and respect. Now, they don't always have to be older, as the next comment, or number 3 says, but the reason why you have to really like them and respect them is because you're going to have to deal with them and do stuff with them that's outside of business, and that relates to 4. Something else in common outside the field of your business. Golf, fishing, etc. Mr. Gratsos, we had in common, we loved good food and good drink. And I still remember telling his 7th wife, for real, his 7th wife, Costa smells like liquor. Oh, no, he must have been standing too close to me. I mean, because he wasn't drinking. Jim Newman and I had tennis, and Jerry Orman and I had golf, have golf still today. But we had something else in common that we could enjoy together and not spend every minute talking business. Because your mentor doesn't want you like putting a Hoover to his ear or her ear and sucking all the knowledge out in 15, 20, or 45 minutes or an hour. They want to deal with you as a human being, and they want to relate to you and your problems and all the other things. I still remember been there, done that when I was in really financial trouble, when I had all my assets in a lawsuit in 1992. They put what's called a constructive trust in America around all my assets for 19 months, which really essentially meant I couldn't write a check for 19 months, and my personal overhead is staggering. And I went to play golf at Bel Air Country Club with Jerry Orman, and there was 3 Fortune 500 retired chief executives there. Bel Air Country Club has the novelty of having more retired Fortune 500 chief executives as members of any country club in the United States. And I used to be a real good golfer, and I couldn't get the ball off the tee barely. So we got in the cart and we went around, and after 9 holes, we stopped in to have a drink and something to eat. And so they said, I told them what had happened. They just froze all my assets. And all the chief executives retired said at the same time, almost in concert, "Oh, it's going to get a lot worse." I said, "God help me. It can't get any worse than this." And sure as hell, boy, were they right. It got a lot worse. The moron lady judge, Elizabeth Ray, I still remember, she decided that there was a chance that I did all these bad things, so she made it even tougher on me. And we went through a 7-week trial. It was just gut-wrenching 7-week trial, which I won, all 32 counts, but it got a lot worse. But the fact that they could relate that to me. And so when it got a lot worse, I didn't like it. It didn't make me feel good, but at least I was prepared for it. And much of dealing with great problems and anxiety is preparation. Being mentally prepared. Grazos, to me, gave me courage in battle, friendship in trouble, and wisdom in rage.